Welcome to Your Thoughts, Your Reality with Michael Cole, the podcast that shines a compassionate light on the journey of veterans battling through life's challenges. Michael is a dual elite certified neuro encoding specialist in coaching and keynote training presentations, dedicated to guiding military veterans as they navigate the intricate pathways of post-deployment life. Join him as we delve into the profound realm of neuro encoding science, empowering these brave individuals to conquer universal battles, procrastination, self-doubt, fear, and more. Together, let's uncover the strength within you to re-engage with families and society, forging a new path forward.
Hello, everybody. So we have my amazing friend Tina Parker back on today, which I'm super excited about. Tina is a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel with a proven record of leadership, resilience, and unwavering commitment to serving those who have served our nation. She is the creator of Lead Outside the Lines. She's a former C-level executive with extensive experience guiding organizations through complex challenges. She's a dual elite certified neuroencoding specialist, brain health, executive leadership, and transformational mindset coach as well. And of course, holds a master's degree in leadership and management. Holy wow, Tina. You think I memorized that, right? One day I'm going to have that memorized. I think you have been on the show more than anybody at this point. So I need
claim
to
to fame.
You're awesome. So Tina, people that aren't familiar with you, don't know your work, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah. So I spent 23 years in the Air Force, retired as a lieutenant colonel just a few years ago. I always say I just retired, and it was literally 2.5 years ago. I'm like, really? Has it been that long? But just followed my calling that I've had forever. And it was just finally time to follow my calling into executive coaching, into woman-centered coaching. So I specialize in working with visionary, ambitious women who are ready to own their space and own their truth and really lead from the heart and the courage that is inside of them. So,
absolutely
love this work.
I love that you're doing that. And I'm so disappointed I'm not in your niche anymore. But I get you personally, so it's okay.
Exactly. We get to hang out and still have fun, which is awesome.
Absolutely. So before we really dive in and get started, I want to remind everybody that on the top right-hand corner of your screen, there is a blue QR code that takes you to empowerperformancestrategies.com. For people listening on the podcast forums later, again, empowerperformancestrategies.com. It takes you to some free ebooks that I've written. There's trainings. There's Facebook groups for both military veterans and their families, separate. So please be part of the mission. Join us, be part of our community. So with that said, Tina Parker, should we start?
Let's get going. We've got some great stuff to talk about today.
We do. So Tina, someone who's journeyed from military leadership to executive roles, how is uncovering a clear, compelling vision? And that's what we're going to really talk about today. Vision transformed your approach to leadership and personal growth and for pivotal transitional points.
Well, as we talk about vision, a lot of times people who are not familiar with why that's so important, they might go, okay, I'm going to picture something and $1 million is going to fall out of the sky because I pictured it, right? No.
Does that work? Hold on, does that work?
I wish. I really wish it did.
Let's try it for a minute. Just kidding.
Yeah. Let's bottle that up in a little capsule and sell that because that would be amazing. But that's not the way it works. But what does happen is when we can fully immerse ourselves in the vision of what we want, right? It's so easy for us to get stuck in, yeah, but this is happening. And yeah, but here's where I am right now, right? That just keeps you stuck where you are. And that's really not what we're looking for. But when we can fully immerse ourselves in the vision of what does it look like when it's working well? When I've reached where I want to be, what does that feel like? What does it sound like? What does it look like? What am I experiencing? Your body actually starts to create memories. It doesn't know that it hasn't happened, right? And this is such an incredible discovery that I found going through neuroencoding and going through transformational mindset is like there's been studies from neuroscientists who have actually monitored your brain for people who actually played the piano and those who just sat there with their hands still imagining that they were. And the parts of your brain that that move your fingers, they lit up in both instances, right? So your brain recognizes when you're imagining something as it already happened. So that's the way it works and why it's so powerful to really envision it.
And I think that literally, when you really stop and think about it, and when I learned about it as well, it was like, what? But
Yeah.
now I'm sure you do the same thing. I mean, I use it all the time, even with exercises that I teach my clients. Of course, I do myself. And I literally just smiling, I will just imagine myself smiling, and you feel the hormones and things changing in your body
Mhm.
and lightening your mood and putting you in a better state of mind, or a better mindset, if you will. So
Yeah.
it's absolutely mind-boggling, and it's such one. I'm going to say it's one of the best skills that someone can learn. True.
Absolutely. And you think of athletes, right?
Mhm.
Professional athletes. They always talk about, I envision getting to the goal, I envision landing the turn, like whatever it is that you're doing, because your body gets used to that being real and being true, right? And it's just like in military. We say we train how we fight how we train,
Mhm.
right? We train over and over so that our body has some muscle repetition when the time comes. Well, it's the same thing with envisioning. But what's really powerful about the envisioning is that it does release those chemicals. Like you said, when I start to think about being happy and smiling and feeling joyful, your brain goes, "Oh, oh, okay, we are." And it starts to drip the chemicals that then create the physiological responses that go along with that vision.
Yeah, it's really a fantastic thing, again, to learn. And let me just warn you, it doesn't happen necessarily the first time.
No.
It's like when you go to the gym, you don't come out looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger after one rep or one set or one day, whatever I know, right?
Yeah.
And maybe if we envision it,
Like, I'll just sit here and picture my muscles expanding.
yes, we might
But
try it. I'm just saying. So it's a skill that you work at and you build. So just keep that in
absolutely.
mind. And I should say, it will happen. So
Mhm.
just like meditation or any of those things, the more you do them, the easier they get. I almost said the more easier.
The more easier.
The more easier they get, the easier they do get. So
Yeah.
can you tell this is live, everybody?
Right? You can see
So
we didn't pre-record this, so we would have cut that.
nope, and I won't edit it out.
Nope, it's all good.
Um, so with that said, why don't we talk about a little bit why it's so important to create that vision in your head, so you can visualize and work towards those goals.
Yeah. So here's the other thing that happens, and you just alluded to it too, is that when we have a vision of what we want, your brain starts to go, okay, that's what we're looking for, right?
Mhm.
Because think about how many pieces of data we're bombarded with every single day, like billions. So our brain is filtering out things that it doesn't think is relevant for
Mhm.
us. And so, but when we really envision, hey, I want to create this business and here's what I want it to look like, and here's the purpose behind it, and here's the mission that I want to bring into the world, and you really immerse yourself in that, your brain actually says, oh, thanks. Now I know what to start looking for. And when opportunities come in front of you, which they're in front of you right now, we're just filtering them out and we're not seeing them because they're not in our awareness. But when we create that vision, that's now in our awareness. And so opportunities that are aligned with helping you move forward in that direction, you start to notice them, right? And it's called our reticular activating system. It's just a part of the brain that starts to notice things that become in your awareness. Like we just bought a new truck and it's this crazy bright blue color, right? And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to be able to find that in the parking lot all day long because nobody has a car that color." But as soon as we drove it home, there's like 10 other trucks the same color. I'm like, "Oh, I'm a trendsetter." No, I'm not. They've been there the whole time, right? But I didn't really notice it because I'm not paying attention to that.
Yeah,
So
and it's, first of all, you are a trendsetter. Don't kid yourself. But it is absolutely insane when you are focused on something. And people try this, okay? Just so you have the proof in your own mind. Literally try it. pick out a car color, pick out your car color or your car.
Mhm.
Not if it's like a Prius or something that's everywhere or whatever the case may be, but pick out something that's a little unusual and then focus on it. And I just like Tina said, I guarantee it. When I bought the Mustang with the ruby red color, it's like, oh, this is cool. I've not seen this. It's everywhere. It's on the Ford Raptors now.
Right? You're like, wow, I was ahead of my time.
I was. I
Mhm.
was. Look what we started.
Exactly. Well,
So
and
so
it
so
works
far.
for other things too, because there's a big even in my business, right? I've
Mhm.
always known that I didn't want to create this business by myself. I really wanted there to be a coalition of people coming together to further this mission. And I didn't know what that looked like. And it's not like I sat down and said, that person for this and that person for that. Like I didn't know, but I held this vision of a coalition coming together. And sure enough, in the past year to 2 years, people have come in and gone, "Hey, can I help you with this? Hey, I really noticed that, this could be something I can bring my gifts to. Are you cool if we collaborate?" And it's like, "Yes, that is what I wanted." Right? But it changes your energy because when you're really sure about what this vision is and you're holding it, you don't have to know the how. You'll start to recognize the opportunities, your energy will open and be different, and people will start to come in and help you create what it is that you want. So it also helps us to not have to do things alone.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look back, and I think everybody can do this. I know I can for sure, and you obviously can. When you look back at the things that you were focused on, or the things that you were like, oh man, it would be great to live out there, or live here, or it'd be great to do this or do that or accomplish this. And when you're focused on them, that's why vision boards actually work, is because you're just seeing it and you're being reminded. But when you
Mhm.
throw passion and emotion into it, look out,
Right.
because that's when things really start happening. Like
Yeah.
when I get focused on something, it's there's nothing else that matters. I mean, not shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. Very, very tunnel vision, very focused on that. And
Yeah.
when you send that energy and again that emotion towards something, it's
Exactly.
amazing, as you said, how the energy and everything just opens up and it happens.
Well, and Joseph talks about this too, right? Joseph McClendon, the founder of the Neuro Encoding Institute, where we connected through our certification. He talks about when you walk into a room, your energy walks in before you do.
Mhm.
And so when you see these people who, when they walk in the room, heads turn and they go, "Oh my gosh, who is that?" Right? It's not because they're wearing some flashy outfit or something. Sometimes, sometimes you're like, "What is that?" And that's okay. But for so many of them, it's this magnetic energy that they have about them that precedes their
Mm,
physical being coming into the room.
yeah.
And anybody who studies energy and can understand, two batteries when they either connect or they repulse each other, depending on the ends that are together, that's the same thing,
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah, really having that vision of who do I want to be in this world? What do I want to create? How do I want to live my life? What do I want my life to feel like? And how do I want to experience things? We really get to live that out in our minds first before it happens. Because most of us are living out the things we don't want in our
Mhm.
minds, right? So it works the opposite too. Like, how many times have you gone through a terrible situation that never actually happened? But you went through it in your mind, right? You envisioned it, you saw it, you felt the physiological responses because your brain started releasing chemicals for that.
Yeah.
And so it works both ways, and you get to choose which way do you want it to work for you.
Absolutely love the choice. And
Mhm.
the funny thing is most people, not funny, but most people don't really think about it as a choice. They're just in it. They're in what I call a spin cycle, and they
Yeah.
just are in it and they get in deep enough where they don't see the other options, you know.
Absolutely.
So, or choices, I should say. Let's tie this
Yeah.
together, shall we? So,
Yeah.
so Tina, let's kind of dive into, you have a vision. You see, hey, I want to be on, I'm just using something random. I want to be on stage speaking in front of 20,000 people. Okay, 2,000 people, whatever it is. All right.
Let's go for 20, man.
22,
20,000.
whatever it is. So you have a vision and you really want to do this. So where do you start?
Yeah. You imagine it
Mhm.
happening and you imagine how you feel after it's
Mhm.
gone well. Right. So much of the time we're like, I'm imagining how I'm going to find this opportunity. I'm imagining how it's going to get there. No, we get stuck in the how hole. Right. We're just like you said, you're in your spin cycle and I'm in the how hole and I can't get out. So it's like I've fallen and
I,
I can't get up.
I love that. I'm so stealing that, my friend.
I think every time we talk, one of us comes up with something. We're like, ooh, I like it. So,
Yeah.
but no, we get stuck in the how hole and we're like, well, I don't know how I would make that happen. So never mind. It's too big for me, or I'm not ready for that, or that's for other people, not me. Right. So we tell ourselves these things. But when we can literally just imagine after it's done, right? You're standing on that stage, you're imagining the effect that you've had on people. You're seeing in your mind's eye their faces going, oh man, like something landed for me and this is going to change for me. And you are imagining and envisioning and feeling the physiological reaction of, wow, I did that. And that's amazing. How incredible. That is how we start. We work our way backwards
Mhm.
from what it is that we want to be experiencing. And then we will start to recognize opportunities to do better in speaking, right? To strengthen our speaking. We'll start to recognize opportunities to get on those stages. We'll start to recognize people who are in those environments that can help us. But if you shut it down or get stuck in the how hole, then all bets are off and it's really hard.
You got to stop saying it. I can't focus.
I'm sorry. But it's true. You know it. You're laughing because you know it. People get stuck
I
in it.
know. It's absolutely true. True. I've not heard that before, and that's what we do. So I absolutely love it. I think there's a bumper sticker coming out shortly.
Absolutely. Don't get stuck in the how hole.
Yeah.
But Michael,
So
okay, so for you, but Michael, that's a question for you too, because this is something that is real for you, right?
oh,
So
absolutely.
how did you use visioning to get to where you are?
Honestly, I thought about what do I want, and it's just like you said. Not only did I go reverse engineer it, if you will, but
Mhm.
things just started opening up. The
Mm,
the neuro talk invitation, for the NEI, and these things just they open up and they happen.
yeah.
If you're open to them, obviously.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. You
that's
have to
what
be
that's
open to it.
what I did. Of course, there's so many different things when you reverse engineer and they just start opening up.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to start a podcast, reverse engineered it, and now we're, I don't know, 150 plus thousand downloads and 103 episodes and so on. So when
Yeah.
you do that, it opens up those doors, just as you said.
Absolutely. Well, and I love that you started, right? Because so many times people are like,
Mm,
oh, well, that's too small, or gosh, I'm not far enough along yet. So they don't actually take those steps. But you got to remember, everybody starts small. Everybody starts with one step. And at some point, you get to 150,000 downloads and you go, whoa, how'd that happen? Right. But it's because you kept taking the steps. You saw the vision, you
no,
knew where you wanted to go. Right. And something that I love to share with folks too about this is like when you use GPS in your
mm,
car, right? You want to go somewhere. What two things does it ask you for? Where do you want to be? And where are you?
yeah,
That's it. Right. And it goes, oh, okay. Now that I know where you want to be, I'm going to reverse engineer the directions to get you
yeah,
from where you are to where you want to be. It doesn't go, oh my gosh, why are you there? That place sucks. What? How in the world did you get that? Right. But we do that to ourselves. We go,
oh
well,
yeah,
I want to be here, but I'm here. And oh God, how did I get here? And this is ridiculous. And what is wrong with me? And we start judging ourselves about things instead of staying in the energy of where we want to be and just recognizing, okay, I've got a ways to go. Cool. What steps do I get to take that move me closer?
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And I want to add something. When you start reverse engineering it, talk to the people that you know, be resourceful, reach out to the people that you know that can get you there further faster. So you
Mhm.
just stop aiming the gun and you actually shoot the damn gun.
Absolutely. How many times do we just keep aiming? Okay, I'm going to get it right. I'm going to get it just perfect, but we never shoot. And the next thing we know, we're like, oh, I guess it didn't happen.
Yeah, and then what
Because
do you
you never
do?
did it.
Yeah, and then all the buts and the shoulds come into play, right? We won't get into that right now, but
Yes. The yeah
yeah,
buts and the, I should have done this, but I didn't do that. And it's like, okay, enough.
yeah.
Enough. Cut it. Cut
Well,
the cord.
shoot the gun and go. Even,
Exactly.
and here's the thing I just want to add to this. I know we're getting a little off topic just a little bit here, but um,
Okay.
when you make those little mistakes and you make those mistakes by just taking those little actions,
Mhm.
learn from them, and that's part of the journey that you get to enjoy.
Yeah.
It's not I'm failing. It's not I screwed up. It's not I boop up. It's man, I'm learning, I'm progressing, and this is how life is. Enjoy the journey part of it because the final part, when you cross the finish line, is the celebration for how long? A little while. And then you're going, now what?
Right.
So the journey truly is the important part. Not only are you going to take so much from it and learn from it for your vision of the next thing you envision and you want to move forward to, but it's so important because that will pull you towards the next.
Absolutely. It is a journey. Nobody, nobody jumps from point A to point B like that, unless you're Superman leaping, buildings. But most of us are not that, right? And so every step we take, we can see further. If you
Mhm.
think about when you're driving in the fog, you can only see right in front of you. If you never move, that's all you ever see. But if you can just slowly go forward a little bit more, well, then you see a little bit further in front of you and a little bit further in front of you. And so every time you take a step towards that vision that you have, you're going to learn something. You're going to see something different. You're going to see further beyond the horizon than you could see before. Right. And so it's really important to hold the vision and assess, okay, where am I along the pathway? Because even
Yeah.
when you're driving, if you take a wrong turn, you don't just stop the car and go, well, I guess we're not going where we're going. I mean, GPS goes, correcting, take a U-turn, right? I mean, you can hear the GPS going, take a U-turn in 2.5 miles. You're like, oh crap, I got to go 2.5 miles out of my way. Yeah, but you're going to get back to where you were. It's fine, right? It's no
Yes.
problem. So,
And maybe you're going to see or learn something in that 2.5 extra miles that you didn't know that you're going to use later in life. I'm just saying.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And
You
it
never know. You're
literally
like, I've
is.
been craving ice cream. Oh my gosh, there's an ice cream stand. Who knew? I wouldn't have seen it if I didn't get off the interstate.
How many times have you done that in life? Really? I mean, it's so often they're like, oh man, this didn't work out, but something else worked out even better.
Yeah, that you
Yeah,
couldn't even have imagined or known about ahead of time.
absolutely. Those little, you talk about the fog, and I love that analogy, by the way. But every time you get that little bit further, if you are off or you change your vision a little bit, because you can choose to tweak your vision and pivot
Mhm,
a little bit into something you want more, that you would love more. And that little 2%, that little 2 millimeter, that 2 inch little shift in the steering wheel, if you will, we'll
mhm.
stick with the fog, can take you in that different direction that you really want to be by those extra just little steps during that vision quest, if you want to call it that.
Mhm. Yeah, we really underestimate the tiny millimeters, the distinctions, right? The little tweaks. But over time, little tweak, little tweak, little tweak gets you in a completely different direction. And so you just need to be mindful of, are the little tweaks that I'm doing bringing me in the direction that I want to go? But do the little tweaks, take the little steps because they'll
Yeah.
move you in the right direction. And a lot of times too, we don't even realize, like, airline pilots. Do you know they're like off course 95% of the time?
Why would you? I know you're from the Air Force. Don't tell me that stuff.
I mean, now that doesn't mean you're not safe when you're flying. It just means that if they take off and they say, okay, we're going to New York City from LA, right? Great. They set their course. If they never adjust, weather blows them off. birds, right? Everything gets in the way, but you're constantly making little shifts. And so you're like, oh, nope, not that direction. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. And you get to your destination safely and on time, but you have to consistently be adjusting. And so it's the same thing, like hold the vision of where you want to be and then pop your head up once in a while and go, are we on course? Are we good here? Right. And then just keep iterating as you move forward so that you get where you want to go.
And like you said, earlier, to reassess, which I think is fantastic. And I want to also point out, how many times have you ended up getting to that next location early in the airplane? It also happens in life, my friends.
Absolutely.
Actually, it happens a lot when you have intent on your vision. That's for sure.
Yeah. Sure. And so much of the time too, when we talk about vision, we say, okay, I have this thing that I want to meet. I want to get $1 million, right? Maybe that's it. I'm going to make $1 million. Well, what if you made 2 or 3? Would that be okay? I mean, would it be okay if you made more? Like, no, not doing that. I'm just going to get to $1 million, right? So don't get so fixated on the thing. Really try to imagine and envision the experiences that you want, the outcomes that you want to be creating. How do you want to be living your life? Because you might surprise yourself and hit the jackpot far beyond what you would have if you had limited yourself to a specific thing in a box.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really about how you want to experience life, not the thing that you want to get.
Yeah, I love you say that. Really see it as it's already done. Live it as it's already done.
Live it. Yeah.
And the more you do that, I'm going to get woo-woo on everybody, but so this is
That's
science.
the way energy works, though. It's
not unicorns and rainbows. Yeah, absolutely. The more that you already there, it opens up your energetic levels and your energy flow, if you will, to attract more of the people that are like-minded that will get you there further, faster.
Absolutely.
I promise, Tina Parker.
Look at us. Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, that's exactly it. Like, even for us sitting here on this podcast, we met at an event that Joseph McClendon was holding because we both have a vision of helping people and using brain science to do it, right? And really using human behavior for good, not for bad, because a lot of times it's used for bad, right? But we both have this vision of helping people elevate their lives, and being part of the neuro encoding community was part of how we wanted to do that. And we ended up meeting at this event. You have your podcast going on. We start talking and sharing with each other about our mission and visions in life. And it's like, oh, you want to be on the podcast? Yeah, sounds good. And I think this is like 8 or 10 times.
I don't know, something like that. I think we're at 8. 8 is familiar because I think I actually counted a while ago. We were at 6 or 6. I think it was 6. And I think, I think
but
we're
you
at 8.
rewind.
Yeah,
you rewind time though. I didn't know that I would be here doing this with you. You didn't know that we would be here creating whatever's being created right now. Like, we don't know. Right. But you show up in the vision of who you want to be and what you want to create, and life unfolds. And enjoy the ride.
Amen. Amen. Absolutely love it. We're almost out of time. I wanted to touch base on one other question that I actually did right, because we never actually do that. But I think it's important to kind of close with this, and this is rewiring your brain. So with neuroencoding and brain health, will you explain how a compelling vision can rewire our brain to foster success and fulfillment? I think it's super important to touch base on.
Yes. Okay. So our brains are actually like AI machines. They're looking for patterns that they recognize. Okay. And so your brain will filter out things it doesn't recognize as dangerous. Don't do that. I don't know what's on the other side of that, so don't go there. Right. But if that's something that you really want, you need to be able to create the memories, right, through visioning, so that your brain has something to recognize because it sees things in images. So if you can imagine and visualize what you really want, the success you want to feel, the fulfillment, what brings me fulfillment, your brain starts to then go, okay, I can connect to what those things are. And it will rewire how it sees possibilities. It will rewire how it recognizes what's out there for you. Right. And so that is just, we get to rewire ourselves. Because here's the truth. You are wiring your brain every single second of the day in one way or the other, right? Be based on the way that you're thinking about things, based on the way that what you're imagining and envisioning. So make a choice. Do you want it to be what you really want? Or do you just want to stay stuck in fear of what's unknown and unfamiliar to you?
Yeah. And I'm going to say two things if I can add on to that. First of all, just take one step forward to break through fear. One step. Celebrate it. All of it. Every time you have that vision, you see it already done, you take a step towards it, you even think about it, celebrate it, pat yourself on the back, literally pat yourself on the back, shake your ass. I said that out loud. That's okay. It's called
that's our neuro encoding thing.
Let's continue. It's called astitude, but it releases all those hormones, and your brain is saying, "What just happened? I want more of it," and you'll be more cognizant of it. You will pay attention to it more. You will bring it more to you. And the rewiring, and even more so, the strengthening of the neural pathways will happen faster. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
Tina, we're so past time.
Of course we are. What's new?
So I know, right? So Tina, give our veterans and their families 3 tips to get further faster, please.
Okay. 3 tips when it comes to visioning. Feel and imagine that it's already happened. Exactly what you want. Okay. So imagine it and feel it that it's already happened. Take one step in the direction, just one, and then another, and you'll get to where you want to go. And I'm going to harp on what you just said, the celebration. Celebrate that, because when you celebrate, you're telling your brain, ooh, something good just happened. And it goes, wait, what was it? And it rewinds like a millisecond. It goes, oh, it's that thing that happened right before you celebrated. Let's get more of that in our lives. Right? So envision it, feel it as it's already happened, take your steps, and then celebrate that you did it.
I just want to add, can I add a 4th?
Add as many as you want. It's your podcast.
Stay out of the how hole. Stay out of the how hole.
Stay out of the how hole.
I had to bring that up again.
I guess I should have brought that up too, right? But yeah, no, absolutely. Don't get stuck in the how hole. It doesn't matter how it happens as long as it happens.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
the how hole is just like quicksand. Stay out of there. With that said, Tina Parker, my dear friend, how do people reach you?
Yes, I'm on LinkedIn, Tina Parker or TP Sunshine, however it shows up. Leadoutsidethelines.com is our website. I encourage you to go and see the opportunities that we have available. We've got in-person retreats. We have happiest hour. Every month we do a happiest hour virtually with amazing women that come together and connect and bring their resources together. It's just super, super fun. And we have virtual programs as well. So hop on, see what fits for you.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, my dear friend. As always, time is the most precious resource we have as human beings. We don't get it back. Thank you so much for spending some of your life, some of your time with us, creating this ripple effect that's literally turning into a tsunami of good right before our eyes. So thank you. Thank you so much.
And thank you for what you do for veterans and their families, and bringing this platform for folks like me to come and have great conversations with you and share our wisdom collectively.
Absolutely. And have a lot of fun too.
Totally.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, truly.
Absolutely.
So, all right, everybody. We are out of here.
Thank you for joining us on another insightful journey of Your Thoughts, Your Reality podcast with your host, Michael Cole. We hope the conversation sparked some thoughts that resonate with you. To dive deeper into empowering your thoughts and enhancing your reality, visit empowerperformancestrategies.com. Remember, your thoughts shape your reality, so make them count. Until next time, stay inspired and keep creating the reality you desire. Catch you on the next episode.